Correct time of day showing on the board. Entries for the first heading down the backside on towards Post Parade. Now parading from the lower turn are the entries here in the first. Condition field downwinners 1 at 2 pari-mutuel races life. They go for purse 1100 on the rail. DC first go. Homebred trained and driven by Sean McDonald. Arden Mofford on the 2. Shoot the thrill, a free-legged pacer. Owned by Danny Ferguson. Arden Mofford is up. Next on Post Parade, the 5 Nikes Cowboy, owned by James Struthers. Edgar Jacobs trains Mark Pezzarello, is in the sulky. Three and 6 excused post. Next on Post Parade, Sioux Warrior. Owned, trained, and driven by Sandy McNeil. Condition field exacta. Triac to win place and show wagering here in the first. Take that 4-0. Brigade Sealster. Equipment changes on Sweet Success. They're posted in the pari-mutuel area. Six Sweet Success did go by a 6-year-old by Sweet Lou, owned by Keegan McLean. Zach Mullins trains Campbell McIsaac in the sulky. Entries up, second and final score. Down to 4 minutes now. 4 to go, post time. Here for the first. And the favorite showing on the board at present time is the 5 Nikes Cowboy. Mark Pezzarello does the driving for James Struthers. My choice here in the first, I went to the 3. Mudslide Lucas, recent purchase of Avery Frazier at Inverness. Picked up a 1-2 so far. Redmond Doucette in the sulky here this afternoon. For second, I went to the 2, Shoot the Thrill. Won a better start his last race at the Northside Downs. Paced the mile in 2:01 and 4/5. Sergeant Mofford in the sulky. He's back up here this afternoon. He's at $19.50 on the board. And I went to the 1 DC Frisco on the rail for owner-breeder, trainer-driver Sean McDonald. At a Judic, he shares ownership with Janet McManus. 3, 2, and 1. My call here for the first. And it's your last chance at the windows. The entries have been called to the gate. Your officials for this afternoon's Cardiff Racing, our paddock judge is Linda Gillis. Our starter, number 1 starter, is Mr. Joe Garrett. At our judges stand this afternoon, presiding judge is Mr. Danny Dowie. Associate judges are Craig Mills and Mr. Sean Tobat. Dean Winters on photo finish. On photo patrol this afternoon, Isaac Poirier is back and aboard. Carter McDonald is our timer. Shannon McLean is our charter. Our track manager, Megan McCory, is under the weather this afternoon. Megan, hope you're feeling better. Filling in is Ann Copley. And the B.A. Watson Construction Limited starting gate is on the move, collecting your starters. Here for the first to set off this afternoon's racing here at the Inverness Raceway. 8 races on tap. 1 8-horse field and 7 sevens. The first is cut down to a field of 6 with the scratch of the 4. Brigade Sealster, he scratched sick. Favorite on the board there now, it's the 3 Mudslide Lucas. And a Redmond Doucette. Entries for the first condition field moving on the stable turn. They go for Purse 1100, DC Frisco and Sean McDonald. On the rail, Shoot the Thrill. And Arden Mofford, Mudslide Lucas, and Redmond Doucette. Nice Cowgirl and Mark Pezzarello. Sweet Success, Campbell McIsaac in the backfield. It's a Warrior and Sandy McNeil. A beautiful afternoon here at the Inverness Raceway. It's post time for the first. The one's a little bit gapped off the gate. They're off and racing now, and Mudslide Lucas heads out for the lead. Shoot the Thrill a second here on the outside. That is Sweet Success. Dropping in that 4 hole, it's Nice Cowgirl. Up here in 5. And it's a Warrior in the backfield. It is DC Frisco. Sweet Success kept going 3 wide for Campbell McIsaac. He's charged up here, passing that opening quarter, and he's open by 5 on the field. For second is the free-legged pacer, Shoot Thrill. 30 and 2, they were by that opening station. Mudslide Lucas got a little bit rough there on the turn. He's back pacing there on toward the half. Nice Cowgirl is in the 4 hole. Then back 7 lengths or so. In 5th, Sioux Warrior, and then DC Frisco. They're on towards the 5/8 turn. They're still charged up. Sweet Success, half mile a minute and a 1/5. Shoot the Thrill is second. Here's Mudslide Lucas. On the outside for Red Deuce head up in 4. Nice Cowgirl, 3/4 up and coming now. And Sweet Success, the 6-year-old by Sweet Lou, is still up front by 3 on the lead. Mudslide Lucas is gaining with every stride. Up here 3rd, that is Shoot the Thrill. 1:30, 4/5, past 3/4. Sweet Success is going to bring him on home. But the 3-year-old to Big OK's Mudslide Lucas is coming to call it. Here on the far outside, Sweet Success at the rail, Mudslide Lucas on the outside. Sweet Success is back on to win it for Campbell McIsaac. Mudslide Lucas is second. Shoot the Thrill up here 3rd. Judges' inquiry on the dash, 2:01 3/5. A comeback, Sweet Success and Campbell McIsaac here on the 1st. The judges have the inquiry button up, just having a look at the 3-horse heading into that first turn. Mudslide Lucas and the break. On the 5, Nice Cowgirl heading towards the 3/4. Just checking the conduct, heading to the opening 8 and heading towards your 3/4. Heading back from the lower turn with all those equipment changes. It seemed to work here this afternoon. Campbell McIsaac in the sulphate here this afternoon. It's a 6-year-old by pacing gelding by Sweet Lou at the Arts Place Mare Architecture. Owned by Keegan McLean at Inverness. Zach Mullins does the training. Campbell McIsaac up catch driving here this afternoon. Beaten through the stretch and came back on at the wire. The race winning trip, 2:01 3/5 in the winner's enclosure. This is 6-year-old Sweet Success. Results of the two inquiries. First, heading from the wire back, number 5, Knights Cowboy, made a break on his own. Into the first turn, number 3, Mudslide Lucas, made a break. He interfered with 2, Shoot to Thrill. Mudslide Lucas finished the second and placed a third for interference on the 2, Shoot to Thrill. And the first official, DC's Frisco, was 4, Shoot to Thrill, 3, place 2. Mudslide Lucas, 2, place 3 for interference while on a break, heading to the first 8 turn. Brigade Sealster was scratched. Knights Cowboy was 6, Sweet Success the winner. And Sioux Warrior was 5. They were by the quarter 30 and 2, the half, a minute and a fifth. 3 quarters, 1:30 and 4, 2:01 and 3/5. Top the program. After your changes, it should read 4-2-3. Scratch 6-1-5 on the bottom. 2:01 and 3/5. A 6-year-old Sweet Success and Campbell McIsaac 9:23.50 and $3. Place the 2, Shoot to Thrill, 5:40 and 2:10. The show Mudslide Lucas, $2.10. Triacta combination in the first, 6, 2, and 3 come back, $385.40. $385.40 for the try. The exacta, it was 6 and 2, and that returned a handsome $92.30 for the exacta. Up and coming, it's race number 2. It's the first end of the early daily double. Andrew McLean is the driver on the 2, the Captain Jack. Over in race number 3, the second end of the double, just an equipment change on the 7. When it rains, it pours. He goes from a closed to an open bridle and a hood with cups. Post time for the second, set for 1:26. 1:26 is post time. Our 50-50 on sale in the paddock area. The girls are going to make their way up along the backside there, down through Maple Street, and come back over here. They'll be over here maybe somewheres around race number 3. 50-50 here at the Inverness Raceway. It's the best in the Maritimes. For those of you just arriving, we're going to go over the changes for this afternoon's Cardiff Racing here in a second. Number 2, the Captain Jack. Andrew McLean is your driver. Now, race number 3, equipment change on the 7. When it rains, it pours, closed to an open bridle and a hood with cups. Race number 4, it's going as programmed. It'll go as programmed. In the 5th, there's an equipment change on Dirty Bobby. He adds a hood with cups. Over to race number 6, number 4, Custard's Dungeon. Equipment change, he adds a bar bet. Over in the 7th, equipment change on the 4, Betty White, off of the hood with cups. He goes to a closed bridle. Number 6, AB's Future, Rodney Gillis is up. Rodney Gillis is up. Over in the feature, Sunshine Lou, the 3 entry. Campbell McIsaac just went in the winner's circle down the first dash. He's going to drive Sunshine Lou here this afternoon. Yacht Sealster off of the hood with cups, goes to a closed bridle, and he adds a jawbreaker. And parading from the lower turn are the entries here for the second. Down winners 120 per start, last 10 they go for purse 1150. East Coast, Miss Haney, all by Todd Sutherland. Trainer driver Monica Sutherland. To the Captain Jack is Andrew McLean for Paul and Jack McDonald at Agouls, Newfoundland. Number 3 is OK Gladiator, owned by Brian Tracy and Derek Whalen. Donald Kennedy does the conditioning in the sulky. It's Mr. Gerard Kennedy. Up in post 4, it's the 5-year-old by State Treasurer. Watch him treasure, owned by Keith McDonnell. Lewis McDonnell trains and drives. Make Me Stupid. Rodney Gillis does the driving for Anthony Beaton. The 6, Real Big, owned by Marla McKay. She shares ownership with the trainer, Lily Watson. Arden Mofford is in the sulky. Rounding out the field is Bank of Dad, who went wire to wire last start from post 4. He's in the backfield tonight for owner, trainer, driver, Mr. Tim Gillis. Field of 7 here in the second. It's the first end of the early daily double. Quinella, Triacta, win, place, and show wagering. We're down to 5 minutes at the windows. 5 minutes on post time here for the second. Entries on their way back. Second and final score. Favorite showing on the board at the present time is the one horse, East Coast Miss Haney, at $5.60. That's Monica Sutherland. For the owner breeder, Todd Sutherland, out of Port Hood. Winless this year, but draws in on the rail, dropping down in class. Monica Sutherland should be quite handy here in the second. Nice one for the fences here in the second. I went to the 4. Watch Him Treasure, a 5-year-old by State Treasurer owned by Keith McDonnell. He's winless this year in 8 starts. But if it seems if he can ever put it all together, Watch Him Treasure is worth a look here in the second. He's at $11.60. For second, I went to that favorite, East Coast Miss Haney. Again, winless in 9. Monica Sutherland on the rail, should be up closer. And for third, I went to the driver change. Andrew McLean up here on the Captain Jack when Andrew drove him before he got out the gate quite well. And he paced a good mile. He is also a winless. And I'm looking down, the only 2 that won this year are Real Big and Bank of Dad. But my call here in the second, 4, 1, and 2. Down to 2 minutes on post time. 2 to go. Testing downstairs. Test, test, test. We do have the volume turned up. Can you hear it okay? You hear it all right now? Down to 1 minute on post time. 1 minute post time. Here for the second. The favorite on the board here at present time at $5.10 is the 4-year-old Arthur Blue Chip mare, East Coast, Miss Haney and Monica Sutherland. The B.A. Watson starting gate, it's on the move. It's collecting your 7 starters. Here for the second, it's the first end of the early daily double. The condition field here in the second. Winners 128 per start. Last 10, they go for purse 11.50. East Coast Miss Haney and Monica Sutherland on the rail to Captain Jack. And Andrew McLean is 2. OK Gladiator and Gerard Kennedy. Watch Him Treasure. Lewis backed it out. Makes Me Stupid and Rodney Gillis at a post 5 on the outside here at the fence. Real Big and Arden Mofford in the backfield. Bank of Dad and owner, trainer, driver Mr. Timmy Gillis out of Port Hawkesbury. Field of 7 comes through the lane here at the Inverness Raceway. It's post time for the second. Down off of the gate and away, and the Captain Jack at East Coast Miss Haney head out along with OK Gladiator and Gerard Kennedy. Slick off the gate here with OK Gladiator, the 13-year-old. My Mach 3 is up here chopping out the fractions. East Coast Miss Haney at a 2, dropping in the 3-hole. That is the Captain Jack. Heading past that opening quarter now, an OK Gladiator in rain to Gerard Kennedy after an opening quarter. A good one for this field, 29 3/5. They were past that opening station. East Coast Miss Haney is driving second. Up here in third, that is the Captain Jack. The first on the move and approaching the half mile. That is Makes Me Stupid and Rodney Gillis. Watch Him Treasures up there following on the outside. Real Big is going to follow him in the backfield, getting shuffled back, and he's in a blind switch. And that is the Bank Cadet. 1 minute, 1/5, 3/4, up and coming, and okay. A Gladiator up front on the lead. East Coast Miss Haney is second. Watch him. Treasure is looking to go 3 deep. Up there, third the outside. That is Makes Me Stupid. And of Rodney Gillis, and at the rail, it's the Captain Jack. 1:30 and 4 by that 3/4. On towards the 7/8 turn, and OK Gladiator is going to get a challenge from East Coast Miss Haney. She's brushing out here on the outside. Going to take a run through the lane, and East Coast Miss Haney on the outside. OK Gladiator is not done yet at the wire. OK Gladiator up to win it. East Coast Miss Haney was second. It's close for third. 2 minutes, 3/5. OK Gladiator wire to wire here in the second. Unofficially 3-1, 2 and 5. OK Gladiator, the winner. East Coast Miss Haney was second. The Captain Jack was third, and Makes Me Stupid, the 5 entry. He finished up 4, 3-1, 2 and 5. Unofficially showing on the board 2 minutes, 3/5. OK Gladiator. Arriving at the race 2's winner's circle, 13-year-old Basing Gelding by Mach 3 at Jake LaBelle mare, Aaron K. His horse was bred by O'Call Stables out of Ontario. Owned by Brian Tracy out of Port Hawkesbury, Derek Whalen out of Macdale, Nova Scotia. Donald Kennedy does the conditioning. Gerard Kennedy in the sulky. He goes wire to wire with 13-year-old OK Gladiator in a mile at 2 minutes, 3/5. Late scratch over in race number 6. Race number 6. Number 1, Eastward Old Fun is scratched lane. Eastward Old Fun is scratched this afternoon. That's over in race number 6. The second official now. East Coast Miss Haney was second. The Captain Jack was third. Okay, Gladiator the winner. Watch 'em Treasure 5 makes me stupid 4. Real Big 7. And Bank of Dad was 6. 29 and 3. A minute and 1. 1:30 and 4. 2 minutes. 3/5. Top the program. If you're marking, it should read 231 5476. 2 minutes, 3/5, wire to wire. Okay, Gladiator and Gerard Kennedy across the board. 1330, 1380, and 550. East Coast Miss Haney, $3 and 210. The Captain Jack, $2.04, 40 cents, 240. 1-3 or a 3-1 Quinella. It came back $24.70. $24.70. And a 3-1-2 Triacta. That came back $256 even. Up and coming in the third, just an equipment change on the 7. When it rains, it pours. Closed to an open bridle and a hood with cups. Fearless 7 here in the third exacta, Triacta. Win, place, and show wagering. Entries for the third moving down the backside on towards Post Parade. Exact track to win place and show wagering. On parade from the lower turn are the entries here in the third. Now winners 451 last 5 or 154 last 10. They go for purse 1175. Rankinville Seamus is on the rail. Owner, trainer, driver Sandy McNeil. Dear Birdie, you a post 2 owned by the Irish Road Stables. Brian McGuinness trains Campbell McIsaac in the sulky. Back from out west, Travis McLean to drive the 3. JG's Jumanji, owner, trainer, Gussie McLean. The 4 is excused. The 5 is Wine and Cheddar. Owner, trainer, driver Arden Mofford at the helm. Larry Snow drives for Ed Brookman. And rounding out the field here in the third, it's the 7-year-old mare, What It Rains It Pours, owned by James Hogan. Betty Lou Coyne, James Hogan trains. Redmond Doucette is in the sulky. Field of 7 here in the third. Going to post in 5 minutes. 5 minutes on post time here for the third. Here's the 4 on Post Parade, What Mocks Me Win, by Monica and Todd Sutherland. Monica trains and drives. My choice here in the third, I'm going to get this horse one of these times. This will be the 4th time I picked Rankinville Seamus. He's winless this year in 12. He has the rail here this afternoon. He's the public's choice at $5.80. He's pacing right around 201, 202. Looks sharp out on the Raceway. Sandy McNeil at a bamboo is the owner, trainer, driver. Kevin Gillis bred this 6-year-old vintage master. For second here in the third, I went to the 2, Dear Birdie, Brian McGuinness. Conditions for the Irish Road Stables at a Port Hood, Campbell McIsaac this afternoon. If you look down on the board there, 6 starts down on Dear Birdie. In this same class, Campbell was up and in the sulky on the outside most of the mile, and he headed to the winner's circle. And for third, I went to the 3, JG's Jumanji. He's racing well. 13 starts, 2 wins, a second, and 5 thirds. He's usually in the ticket. Travis McLean is out from out west. He's driving here this afternoon. My call here in the third, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Down to 2 minutes now. 2 minutes. Post time. Here for the third. Entries called up to the gate. Here's your approximate daily double odds. Rankinville Seamus at 45.45. Dear Birdie is the favorite at $40. GG's Jumanji 76.76. What Mocks Me Win is $229. No tickets sold on the 5 Wine and Cheddar. At the Helm is $229. And when it rains, it pours. No tickets sold. Entries called up to the gate. The B.A. Watson Construction Limited starting gate is on the move, and your starter, Mr. Joe Guerra, is going to line them up here for a start. Entries moving on the stable turn here for the third. A happy 85th birthday wishes going out to Jack Hocko from Sydney. 85th birthday for Jack Hocko, yet of Sydney. 7 starters, condition field here in the third. Rankinville Seamus. Sandy McNeil, Dear Birdie, Campbell, McIsaac, JG's Jumanji, Travis McLean, What Mocks Me Win, Monica Sutherland. Wine and Cheddar, Arden Mofford at the helm, Larry Snow in the backfield. When it rains, it pours. And a Redmond Doucette. Field of 7. Here for the third, down off of the gate and away. JG's Jumanji and Dear Birdie charging out early, along with What Mocks Me Win on the outside. Rankinville Seamus in that trail is third. Following up there, What It Rains, It Pours, Wine and Cheddar, and then At the Helm is at the back. On toward that opening quarter now, and the 4-year-old hilarious Halo mare, JG's Jumanji. In rain to Travis McLean have made it their way up front on the lead. What Mocks Me Wins got a long journey out here on the outside, 29 3/5. Past that opening quarter, Dear Birdie is up here third. Rankinville Seamus is 4 at the rail. Up here, 5 on the outside. When it rains, it pours. In the backfield, At the Helm is going to follow that cover. Rankinville Seamus, he's locked in. He'll need some wings to get out of there. Wine and Cheddar is your trailer. 1 minute and a 5th. They were by the half mile, and JG's Jumanji is looking comfortable up front down the lead. Dear Birdie is second. When it rains, it pours. Is heading out. He's going 3 deep right now for Redmond Doucette. Heading up past that 3/4. And when it rains, it pours. On the outside, 131 and 2/5. GG's Jumanji is still up there. When it rains, it pours is second. Dear Birdie's out there 3 wide. Rankinville Seamus, he's coming 4 wide. They're racing through the lanes here. G's Jumanji is going to go wire to wire. Dear Birdie is second. It's close here for third between Dear Birdie and Rankinville Seamus. GG's Jumanji, the winner. When it rains, it pours at second. 201 and 1/5. GG's Jumanji, wire to wire for Travis McLean. The judges have lit the inquiry button. They're checking into racing conduct, heading towards the 7/8 turn, heading towards the 7/8 turn. Please hold all tickets here in the third. Heading into the Denmark Kickers winner circle, 4-year-old brown pacing mare by Hilarious Halo, the Cam Best mare. The good one, Abby's Best. Owned, bred, and trained by Gussie McLean out of Port Hood. Son Travis in the sulky. He goes wire to wire, 201 and 1/5. That equals the lifetime mark of the 4-year-old mare, GG's Jumanji. Judges looking at the conduct of the race heading towards the 7/8 turn. We had a placement in the third, number 1, Rankinville. Seamus finished 3. Was placed 7 for interference on the 6 at the helm at the 7/8 turn. Therefore, Rankinville Seamus finished 3, placed 7 for interference on the 6 at the helm and making him make a break. So the third official, Rankinville Seamus, 3 place 7. Dear Birdie, 4 place 3. JG's Jumanji, the winner. What Mocks Me Win, 6 placed 5. Wine and Cheddar, 5 placed 4. At the helm, 7 placed 6. When it rains, it pours. Finished up second. And from the top now, after the changes, it should read 7, 3, 1, 5, 4, 6, and a 2 on the bottom. 201 and 1/5 matches the lifetime mark, a 4-year-old mare. JG's Jumanji, he goes wire to wire. For Travis McLean, $9, $3.50, $2.60. The place, when it rains, it pours, $10.20, $5.30. The show, the 2 Dear Birdie, $2.30. 3/7 exacta, it was $61.10. Track to combination, it was 4-7 and 2. Or 3-7 and 2, excuse me. 3-7 and 2. That came back $357.80. $357.80. The daily double, it was a pair of 3s. OK Gladiator in the second. JG's Jumanji in the third. And a 3-3. Exacta. 76.60. 76.60. Up and coming here in the fourth condition field for 1150. Quinella, Triacta, win place and show wagering. The entries as programmed for the fourth. Our 50/50 on sale in the parimutuel area. 50/50 on sale in the parimutuel will draw upon completion of race number 7 on this afternoon's Cardiff Racing. Entries going as programmed. Up and coming here in the fourth. Entries moving down the backside on towards Post Parade here for the third. On parade from the lower turn are the entries here in the fourth. Downwaters 301.5. They go for purse. $1,150. Doxron Henry is scoring on the rail here this afternoon. Owned and trained by DF for Beaton. Rodney Gillis in the sulky. Leah Berry is the owner of the 2 Private Paradise. Trainer driver Arden Malford. Mark Pezzarello gets the call here this afternoon. The 3 Bob Johnski, owned by Dr. Carl Bucky Buchanan. He shares ownership with the trainer Edgar Jacobs. 4 Miss Patricia B, owned by Melanie Patricia LeBlanc. Lily Watson trains Redmond Doucet up. 5 Gigi's Fireball, Travis McLean for Gussie McLean. Bet on Lucas, owned by Ed Harvey. Monica Sutherland trains and drives. Rounding out the field is the 7 Cowboy Giles, 11-year-old Brandon Cowboy, owned by Gregory Lynch. Tom Lynch trains. Adam Link is in the sulky. Field of 7. They go to post at 2:10. 5 minutes on post time. Here for the 4th. My call here in the 4th, Old Doxron Henry looks like he's going to get out into the frontier this afternoon, leaving on the rail for owner-trainer DF for Beaton. Rodney Gillis in the sulky finished 2nd last week to Roastabout Hanover. Won a good trip of 159 and 4/5. Doxron Henry finished 3 1/4 lengths back. The last quarter in 28 and 4/5 for a mile of 2 minutes and 2/5 going in front of us there in the grandstand. Rodney Gillis and Doxron Henry for 2nd. I went to the 4. Miss Patricia B, she should be heading out there also for Redmond Doucet. Melanie Patricia LeBlanc holds the ownership papers. Lily Watson does the conditioning. And for 3rd, I went to the 3, Bob Johnski. Edgar Jacobs does the training. He owns along with Dr. Carl Bucky Buchanan. He's living up in Dartmouth now. Mark Pezzarello in the sulky. Last time we seen Bob Johnski here at the Inverness Raceway, he was in the Nominators 301. He was leaving on the rail and he went wire to wire. Can he get to the front? I don't know. Doxron Henry's going to be hard to beat out of there. My call here in the 4th, 1-4-3. Favorite showing on the board at $4.60 is the 13-year-old $1 million Cam Doxron Henry. Longest shot on the board. Gotta go to the 7, Cowboy Giles, owned by Greg Lynch at a Christmas Island. Tommy Lynch trains. Adam Link is up here in the sulky from the north side. Once again, a happy 85th birthday. Jack Hocko out of Sydney, happy birthday. My man, Jack. Entries up, 2nd and final score. Down to 2 at the windows, 2 to go. Entries called up to the gate. The B.A. Watson starting gate down the move. And a field for the fourth. Is in the hands of your starter. Favorite on the board as we go to post is the one Dachshund Henry at $3.90. Entries for the fourth condition field. Now winners 301 last 5. They go for purse of $11.50. Dachshund Henry and Rodney Gillis on the rail. Private Paradise. Ardem offered it at 2. Bob Johnsky and Mark Pezzarello. Miss Patricia B. Red Doucette. GG's Fireball. Travis McLean on the outside. Bet on Lucas. Monica Sutherland in the backfield. It's Cowboy Giles and Adam Link. Field of 7 for $11.50. Come through the lanes. We're racing on Sunday afternoon here at the Inverness Raceway. It's post time for the fourth down off of the gate and away in Ducks. Ron Henry heads out for the lead. Private Paradise is second up here. Third, Bob Johnsky. 4 on the outside, it's GG's Fireball. Up here in 5, it's Patricia B. From 6, Cowboy Giles in the backfield. It's Bet on Lucas on toward the opening quarter down. Doc's Ron Henry. He wants the front. Heading towards that 3/8 turn and Rodney Gillis. And Doc's Ron Henry, a gracious 2-hole trip there for GG's Fireball. 29 1/5 past that opening quarter. Third, Private Paradise on the move. 4 on the outside. That is Miss Patricia B. on toward the half. Following up, Cowboy Giles. Then in the backfield, Bob Johnsky and Bet on Lucas. 4 in and 3 out to the 5/8 turn. The pace setter is Doc's Ron Henry. 59 1/5. Past that half mile, 3/4 up and coming. Doc's Ron Henry up front on the lead. Second on the outside, Miss Patricia B. Third in at the rail. That is GG's Fireball. 4 on the outside. That's Cowboy Giles. Bet on Lucas is up there. 5. Bob Johnsky is 6. And then Private Paradise is going the other way. 129 3/5 past 3/4. Doc's Ron Henry wants to go wire to wire. Kenny through the stretch. And Doc's Ron Henry is bringing him on home. Second on the outside, Cowboy Giles, then Bet on Lucas. Doc's Ron Henry, wire to wire. Cowboy Giles, a game second. Bet on Lucas finished up third. Wire to wire, 2 minutes, 3/5. Doc's Ron Henry here in the fourth. But officially on the board, 1-7, 6-4. Doxron Henry, the winner. Cowboy Giles was second. Bet on Lucas third. Miss Patricia B finished up 4. And heading down into the Denmark Acres winner circle for the second time this season. And the 43rd lifetime win is the 13-year-old Big Basin Gelding by $1 Million Cam at Chill Factor mare Scotian Breeze. Dr. Donald Wood out of Omemee, Ontario, did the breeding on this 13-year-old gelding. Owned and trained by the effort beaten out of Port Hood. Rodney Gillis in the sulky. He goes wire to wire. 2 minutes, 3/5 for the betting favorite. Doxron Henry, the winner here in the 4th. $50-50 on sale in the parimutuel. Will draw upon completion of race number 7 on this afternoon's 8-dash card. And the 4th official, Doxron Henry, the winner. Private Paradise 6. Bob Johnsky was 5. Miss Patricia B was 4. JG's Fireball 7. Bet on Lucas 3. Cowboy Giles was second. From the top, it should read 165, 47, 32. 29-1, 59-1, 129-3, 2 minutes, 3/5, wire to wire. Doxron Henry out of Rodney Gillis. Quinella combination 1-7 or 7-1. $19.30. $19.30. Triacta combination in race number 4 came back 1, 7, and 6, and it returned Triacta backers. $130.90 for that tri combination of 1, 7, and 6. Up and coming here in the 5th, just an equipment change on the 1, Dirty Bobby. He goes to a Hood with Cups here this afternoon. Field of 7, Exacta, Triacta, win, place, and show wagering. Our 50-50 on sale in the parimutuel area. Our next card of racing here at the Inverness Raceway. We're going to be down for Old Home Week. We're not going to race on Old Home Week. We're going to come back on Wednesday evening, the 21st of August. Wednesday evening, that's the 21st of August. 7 o'clock will be post time on that Wednesday. On parade from the lower turn entries here in the 5th. Downwinners 160, last 10 for 1,300. Dirty Bobby. On the rail, Andy Stewart shares ownership with the driver, Red Doucette, Lennon McIsaac trains. The 2 is not in post parade. The 3, I See True Grit, Monica Sutherland. For Melanie, Patricia LeBlanc. The 4, Finer Things, owner, trainer, driver, Arden Mofford. Up in post 5, it's Sidekick, Mark Pezzarello for Wanda Michelitis and Kerry Morrison. Edgar Jacobs trains Mark Pezzarello up. Classic Smiley has Larry Snow in the sulky. Out here in post 6, owned by Betty Lou O'Coin and James Hogan. And rounding out the field, it's Dashpedia. Danny Gillis gets the call here this afternoon. Owned and trained by Mary McQuarrie out of Inverness. Here in post parade is the 2 Nice Jim Pants, a 4-year-old Big Jim mare. Owner trained by Joe Lewis. Gerard Kennedy is in the sulky. Field of 7 here in the 5th. And the dead favorite at $2.80 as we're down to 5 minutes on post time. The favorite is the 1, Dirty Bobby, a 4-year-old Penn Sway coming in front of us here for Redmond Doucette. 2 wins on the season from 6 starts. This is race number 5. I went with the 7. Dashpedia, 14-year-old by Better's Delight, racing quite well. Dashpedia racing quite well for Mary McQuarrie. She's the owner trainer here on this 14-year-old, winless on the season, knocking on the door. The last 3 starts, 201 and 3. 2 minutes, 2/5 and 1:59 and 4/5. She finished second in all of those events. So I went with Dashpedia to pick up her first win on the season for Mary. Now for second, I went to the 4 Finer Things. He's returned to the paddock with equipment repair. Arden Mofford he's the owner, trainer, driver here. He's a 3-time winner at the Northside Downs. He raced quite well in his last start, hooked out the entire way. Finished 3x3 and suffered interference at the 7/8 turn in his last start. He's in a $5,000 claimer, and because he or she is a mare, she gets a 25% allowance. Therefore, if you wanted to claim her, it'd be $6,000. And for third, I went to the 3 I See True Grit. Melanie Patricia LeBlanc at Inverness owns this 12-year-old by no pan intended, a one-time winner this year in 2 minutes, 1/5. Lily Watson does the training. Monica Sutherland in the sulky. Girl Power on owner, trainer, and driver on I See True Grit. 7, 4, and 3. 7, 4, and 2. I'm sorry, the 2. I went with Nice Gym Pants, a 4-year-old mare. Owner trained by Joe Lewis at a Sydney. Jawart Kennedy was in the winner's circle earlier on this afternoon with OK Gladiator. So it's 7, 4, and 2 my call here in the 5th. I certainly may be overlooking that Dirty Bobby on the rail, a 4-year-old Pan Sway. Seven, 4, and 2, my call here in the 5th. It's your last chance at the windows. The entries, the 7 of them are over there, and they're called up to the gate. The B.A. Watson starting gate. It's on the move, collecting your starters. Here for the 5th. Entries moving on the stable turn here in the 5th condition field. They go for purse $1,300. Dirty Bobby, the public's choice at $3.90 on the rail for Redmond Doucette. Nice Gym Pants. Jaward Kennedy at a 2. I See True Grit. Monica Sutherland. Finer Things. Arden Mofford. Sidekick. Mark Pazzarello. Classic Smiley. Larry Snow got at least 6 holes here this afternoon, and Dashpedia's in the backfield. Danny Gillis is driving here this afternoon for Mary McQuarrie. Field of 7 comes through the lane. Here for the 5th, Dirty Bobby. He's scratching off the gate here, and he's going to take over the lead. Dashpedia looks to fill up that 2-hole on the outside. I See True Grit is going to pop in there. Finer Things at a 4. Nice Gym Pants. Sidekick. And then Classic Smiley stretched out single file to the opening quarter. And the public's choice. Dirty Bobby up front, chopping out the fractions. Second is I See True Grit up here. Third, Dashpedia at a 4. Finer Things up in 5. Nice Gym Pants from 6. That is Sidekick in the backfield. It's Classic Smiley. 29 and 2/5 activity from the back. They head up on the outside. All toward the half mile now. And up front on the lead, that is Dirty Bobby. Second is I See True Grit. Third here on the outside is Nice Jim Pants. And Gerard Kennedy. Sidekicks gonna follow his cover at the rail. Dashpedia, Nowhere to Go. Finer Things, nowhere to go either. Classic Smiley's gonna ride up here on the outside. 59 and 4/5 by the half mile. We're up the backside, 3/4 up and coming. Dirty Bobby has led up to the 3/4. He's looking for his third win on the season. Redmond Doucette has this 4-year-old Pansway up front by a length and a half. I See True Grit is second. Nice Jim Pants is coming here third. 130 and 1/5. Dashpedia has nowheres to go. Off the top turn and driving through the lanes here. Dirty Bobby is going to bring him on home. I See True Grit is second. Dashpedia, he's going to scoot down the rail here. Dirty Bobby is going to win it wire to wire. Second, I See True Grit. Dashpedia up here third. Dirty Bobby goes wire to wire as the public's choice. $3.80 race winning trip. 201 1/5. The Denmark Acres is our proud sponsor of the winner's circle for the 2024 harness racing season. They give a gift certificate for the leading driver and trainer. For the month of July, the leading driver was none other than Redmond Doucette. Leading trainer, the effort beaten at a Port Hood and driving into that Denmark Acres winner circle. 4-year-old Bisingeli by Pan Sway. Eddie, out of the Pan Gigolo mare. Flugie. His horse was bred by Jessica Hawkins out of Prince Edward Island. Andy Stewart shares ownership with the driver Redmond Doucette. Lennon McIsaac is the trainer. He goes wire to wire. 201 1/5. That's a new lifetime mark for 4-year-old Dirty Bobby. And the fifth official, Dirty Bobby, the winner. Nice gym pants was 5. I See True Grit was second. Finer Things 4. Sidekick 7. Classic Smiley 6. Dashpedia was 3. 29 and 2/5, 59 and 4, 130 and 1, 201 and 1/5. Top the program 152, 4763 on the bottom. 201 and 1/5. Dirty Bobby, and across the board 380, 210 and 210. The place I See True Grit. $4 to 90. Show entry. Dashpedia $2.30. Exacta combination 1 and 3. $9.90. Track combination 1, 3, and 7. It returned $89.90. Up and coming here in the 6th. We had a late scratch of the 1 Eastward Old Fun. Scratch this afternoon. Put a bar bid on the 4 Custard's Dragon. For those of you just arriving, check over in race number 7. Betty White is off with Hoodwood Cups, goes to a closed bridle. Number 6, AB's Future. Your driver is Rodney Gillis. Rodney Gillis, the driver. Over in your feature for $2,000, it's a full field of 8. Number 3, Sunshine Lou. Campbell McIsaac is going to steer here this afternoon. Equipment change on the 8 Yacht Sealster. Off with the Hoodwood Cups, goes to a closed bridle, and he adds a jawbreaker. But up and coming here in the 6th, take out the 1, Eastward Old Fun. Take out the 1, Eastward Old Fun. $50.50 still on sale in the pari-mutuel. Draw upon completion of race number 7. We're down for Old Home Week in Prince Edward Island at the Charlottetown Driving Park. They're going to race for the Gold Cup and Saucer. Looking to be dark. For next week, we're going to come back racing on August 21st. August 21st on Wednesday evening. Post time is 7 o'clock. Racing under the lights here at the Inverness Raceway. Our next card on August 21st. Entries moving down the backside for post parade here on the 6th. On parade from the lower turn there, the entry is here in the 6th classification. Downwaters 801 last 5, also eligible. $7,000 claiming. A field of 7 cut down to a field of 6. Eastward Old Fun has been scratched. Accelerator moves down on the rail owned by Sean Blanchard. Robert Blanchard trains. Greg Sparling up, J.J. Aurora, Erden Mofford for Robert McLeod, and Wayne Gillis. Custard's Dungeon, owned by James Struthers Jr., Rebecca Struthers. They all share ownership with the trainer-driver, Zach Mullins. Up in post position 5 is the $7,000 claimer, 8-time winner this season. Southfield Sandy, owned by Route 19 Racing. Lewis McDonnell drives the 6 Julian IM. Only driven by Jeremy Baker. John Murphy trains, rounding out the field. Windmere Don't Matter. Malcolm McCacken shares ownership with the trainer Alex Sutherland Jr. Monica Sutherland in the sulky. Good competitive field here for race number 6. I did have the 1 Eastward Old Fun as my winner that I picked, so I'm going to go with the 7 Windmere Don't Matter. 12-time starter this year, has not hit the winner's circle. Half of those starts have been seconds and thirds, 3 wins at 3 seconds. Monica Sutherland in the sulky for Malcolm McCacken and Alex Sutherland. For second, I'm going to go with Southfield Sandy and Lewis McDonnell. He's going to be charging off the gate trying to get to that front. For third, I'm going to go with the 3 J.J. Aurora, 2-time winner in these last couple of starts. A 3-time winner out of his last 4. Erden Mofford was in the sulky for all of those starts. Faced a mile in 2 minutes and 3/5 here at the Inverness Raceway. For Wayne Gillis and Robert McLeod. Robert does the training. A good competitive field. Custard's Dungeon, he's dropping down in class here. He could be a sneaker in this class of horses. He adds a bar bit here this afternoon. This 8-year-old Custard the Dragon is owned by James Struthers Jr., Rebecca Struthers, and the driver trainer Zach Mullins. But my call here in the 6th, I'm going to go 753. 753. And that's Custard's Dungeon. I always say Dragon. It's Custard's Dungeon. His sire is Custard the Dragon. We're down to 2 minutes, 2 minutes here for the sixth. The favorite showing on the board at present time is the 5. Sofield Sandy and Lewis McDonnell at $5.20. JJ Aurora's at $6.60. Longest shot down the board at a post 6, Julian IM. And the owner, driver Jeremy Baker. B.A. Watson starting gate. It's on the move. Collecting your starters. That accelerator, he's leaving on the rail. Won a good start, his last start. Left the gate, spot them 11 lengths and finished 3 by 2 lengths. Paced them last quarter. 30-1 for mile 201 and 2/5 for the Sean and Robert Blanchard combination. Entries for the 6th, field of 6 accelerator on the rail. And the veteran Greg Sparling in the sulky. JJ Aurora, Narden Mofford, Custard's Dungeon, Zach Mullen, Sofield Sandy, Lewis McDonnell, Julian IM, Jeremy Baker in the backfield. Widmere Don't Matter, Monica Sutherland. Way back. Off the gate. Here in the 6th is the 7. Widmere Don't Matter. Through the lanes here in the 6th, field of 6. Down off of the gate and away. And Custard's Dungeon heading out looking for the lead. JJ Aurora in the middle. And at the rail, that's accelerator, but Sofield Sandy is going to head up front and go to the lead. Accelerator is going to take back here in the 2-hole. JJ Aurora's 3rd. Custard's Dungeon up in 4. Julian IM at a 5 after a sluggish start. Widmere Don't Matter, and Monica Sutherland has caught the field no sooner than catching the field up on the outside. 29 at a 1/5 past that opening quarter. Sofield Sandy, the 8-year-old by Western Paradise, is up front, chopping out the fractions here. Driving 2nd, accelerator. At 3rd, JJ Aurora. Here's Custard's Dungeon. First up on the outside. Then you got Julian IM under wraps. And Widmere Don't Matter. Good half mile, 58 4/5. And up front by 2 lengths. That is Sofield Sandy and Lewis McDonnell. Accelerator is up here 2nd. He's looking for his 2nd win on the program. Driving right there on the helmet. Looks like he's going to wait till that 7/8's turn to take a move. Custard's Dungeon is out here 3rd on the outside. And here comes Accelerator. On the challenge, Sofield Sandy, 128 3/5 past 3/4. JJ Aurora, Custard's Dungeon, and Julian IM. They're 3rd, 4th, and 5th. We're through the lane. And a Robert Blanchard's Accelerator puts ahead up front. And a blue shadow roll out in front to boot. Accelerator Here in the 6th, it's close for second. Julian IM was coming charging against Southfield Sandy. 159 and 1/5 Accelerator and Greg Sparling here in the 6th. Unofficially, 2, 5, 6, and 3 Accelerator, the winner for Greg Sparling and Robert Blanchard. 59 and 1/5, good race winning trip. Second win on the season for the 11-year-old stud by Driven to win. Heading into the Denmark Acres winner's circle, 11-year-old bay pacing stud by Driven to Win at the grin from ear to ear mare. KG Affair, William Andrew and Blake Andrew out of Quebec bred this stud by Sean Blanchard at a Howie Center. Robert Blanchard does the training. The veteran Greg Sparling in the sulky, 159 and 1/5. Fastest win on the season for Accelerator. Second win of the season and 34th overall. And the 6th official Eastward Fun was out. Accelerator, the winner JJ Aurora 4, Custard's Dungeon 5. Southfield Sandy 2nd, Julian IM finished up again 3rd. Windmere Don't Matter was 6, 29 and 1, 58 and 4, 128 and 3, 159 and 1/5. Top the program, it should read scratched. 145, 236 on the bottom, 159 and 1/5. Accelerator at a Greg Sparling $7, 340, 310 the place. Was the 5, Southfield Sandy $9, 490 to show. The 6, Julian IM $6.50. Quinella 2 and 5 or 5 and 2. It came back $13.20. $13.20 for the Quinella. $196.60 for that try combination. 2, 5, and 6. $190, $640. Up and coming in the 7th, Betty White. Equipment change off of the Hoodwood Cups goes to a close. Rodney Gillis on the 6, AB's Future. Rodney Gillis aboard the 6, AB's Future. Up and coming here in the 7th. It's the first end of the late double. And in the feature, Campbell McIsaac up and aboard on the 3, Sunshine Lou. The entries for the 7th, first and the late double, moving on the backstretch, heading towards Post Parade. Now parading from the lower turn are the entries here in the 7th. First and the late double, Exacta, Triacta, Win Place, and Show Wagering. Now winner 601 last 5. They go for first 1300 and Zero Stress Nora is scoring on the rail. A 9-year-old by Western Paradise mare, owned by Melanie, Patricia LeBlanc. Lily Watson trains. Red Doucette is in the sulky. JJ's Knight's Image. He had a post position 2, owned and trained by Eileen Beaton. In the sulky this afternoon, it's Campbell McIsaac. Joe Lewis is the owner-trainer of the 3, A Better Man, and Gerard Kennedy. Betty White at a post 4, owned by Mackenzie Spence. Zach Mullins is driving the gray. 5, Who's Your Father, owned by Deborah Rankin. Arden Mofford trains and drives. Six, AB's Future is moving down the backside there for Rodney Gillis. Next on Post Parade, it's Motion of the Ocean. Adam Link drives for Tom Lynch and Josh Lynch. Outfield of 7 in the first end of the late double. They go to post in 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Post time. Last call for the 50-50. And the last on Post Parade is the 11-year-old Driven to Win son, who is also an 11-year-old stud accelerator back in the 6th. Owned by the GG Stone and Max Stable at a Port Hood, Bernie McDonald conditions. Rodney Gillis is in the sulky. I'm going to swing for the fences again here in the 7th. I'm going to go to the 7. Motion of the Ocean, an 8-year-old by Some Beach Somewhere. Josh Lynch at a Kemp Head shares ownership with the trainer Tommy Lynch at a North Sydney. Adam Link is in the sulky. Drove him twice there, 3 times on the program, a pair of 3s on the card. Pacing right around 2 minutes, and between 2 minutes to 1. 6 starts this season, 2 seconds and 2 thirds. See what Adam Link can do with the 8-year-old Motion of the Ocean. He's at $10.80. For second, I went to the 3, A Better Man, that 8-year-old by Better Than Cheddar. If he gets up front down the lead, he's going to be tough to beat. Gerard Kennedy in the sulky for owner-trainer Joe Lewis out of Sydney. And for third, I went to the grey, Betty White. What a good start, his last start, with the aged horses there. On Wednesday evening, he finished a bang-up 4, and he was closing just a length and 3/4 off Last two trips paced in 29 and 29 and 2/5 and 3/5. My call here in the 7th, 7, 3 and 4, 7, 3 and 4. We're down to 3 minutes now. 3 minutes. Entries up here, second and final score. It's your last chance at the windows. Favorite on the board at present time. That's Betty White, the 3-year-old filly by Arthur Blue Chip, owned by Mackenzie Spence at a Tyne Valley. Prince Edward Island, trainer driver is Mr. Zach Mullins. He's at $4.90. At $6.50, the 1-0 Stress Nora. Redmond Doucette aboard. He's going to get some good positioning here in the 7th, leading off the gate. Better Man should be charging out of there. He's at $8.40 for Gerard Kennedy. He already had OK Gladiator in the winner's circle earlier on this afternoon. Field of 7. B.A. Watson, Construction Limited starting gate. It's moving down the backside, your starter, Mr. Joe Guerra, to line them up. It's your last call for the 50-50. It's a field of 7 here on the first end of the late double. Number 601, they go for purse 1,300, 0 Stress Nora. And a Redmond Doucette, JJ's Knight's Image, Campbell, McIsaac, A Better Man, Gerard Kennedy, Betty White, Zach Mullins, Who's Your Father, Arden Mofford, AB's Future, Rodney Gillis in the backfield, Motion at the Ocean, and Adam Link. A complement to 7 come to the top of the lane here at the Inverness Raceway. Sunday afternoon racing here at the Raceway. Down off of the gate, no way, and A Better Man pops out to the lead. 0 Stress Nora second. JJ's A Knight's Image is third. Motion of the Ocean at a 4. Betty White up here in 5. Up here, 6 on the outside is AB's Future. And then Who's Your Father in the backfield, A Better Man, an 8-year-old by Better Than Cheddar. Gerard Kennedy at the lines. He's up front. He's chopping out those fractions. Zero Stress Nora gets the good garden drive here second. JJ's Knight's Image is third. A moderate opening quarter of 30 4/5. That's why there's activity in the backfield. A Better Man is up front. He's pacing through the lane with the lead. Second, Zero Stress Nora. Up here, third in the outside. Out the whole way is AB's Future and Rodney Gillis. Betty White is following that cover. In at the rail 5. JJ's Knight's Image. Then Who's Your Father in Motion of the Ocean is shuffled to the back. 101 at 4. By the half mile up the backside. 4 in, 3 out. Up front on the lead, that is A Better Man. He'll be tough to beat. Very, very tough to beat. Up front on this lead. Second, Zero Stress Nora. AB's Future is third. In 4 at the rail. JJ's Knight's Image tipping out. And going 3 deep, there is the gray. And Zach Mullins, Betty White is on the outside, challenging A Better Man. 131 at 4/5, and Betty White charges through the lane. The 3-year-old filly just crushes them here in the 7th. A Better Man is second. Up here, third, Zero Stress Nora. Betty White and Zach Mullins, the 3-year-old filly by Arthur Blue Chip. 201 and 2. Heading into the Denmark Acres Winter Circle, Betty White and Zach Mullins ever have this 3-year-old filly racing good here at the Inverness Raceway. It's a 3-year-old great pacing filly by Arthur Blue Chip at the jet lag mare Joanne Jet, owner bred by Mackenzie Spence. At Tyne Valley, Prince Edward Island, Zach Mullins. Second training win on the afternoon. First trip to the winner's circle for himself. Crushing the field 201 and 2/5, Betty White. The sixth win from 25 on the season. 201 and 2/5, Betty White here in the seventh. And the ladies will give us the winner of that 50-50 momentarily. And the seventh official, 0 Stress Nora was 3. GG's Knight's Image 5. A Better Man was second. Betty White, the winner, Who's Your Father 4. AB's Future 6 and Motion of the Ocean was 7. From the top, it should read 3, 5, 2, 1, 4, 6, then 7 on the bottom. They were by the quarter, 30 and 4, the half, 101 and 4, 3/4, 131 and 4, race winning trip. 201 and 2/5 top program. That's the 3, 5, 2, 1, 4, 6, and 7. Across the board, $5.84, $23 to show the 3. A Better Man, $4, $3. Show is the 1. 0 Stress Nora, $3.80. 4-3 Exacta, $24.60. 4-3 Try, $45.20. Up and coming, it's our feature. It's the go home pace. On this afternoon's Cardiff Racing, Campbell McIsaac drives the 3 Sunshine Lou. The 8 Yacht Sealster is off with the Woodwood Cups, and he goes to Closed Bridle. He also adds a Jawbreaker, and that's up and coming in the go home pace. No racing here at the Inverness Raceway next week. We're going to come back to racing here on the 21st on a Wednesday, 7 o'clock is our post time. Winner of the 50-50, $1,408, Corrine Dredge. Corrine Dredge is the winner of the 50-50, $1,408. Entries for the go-home pace are feature on this afternoon's Cardiff Racing, moving down the backside on towards Post Parade, here for the 8th. On parade from the lower turn are the entries here in the 8th. Down winners of 1,001 last 5. And the winners over are handicapped. They go for purse $2,000. Lofty Shadow. Owned by Avery Frazier and Dylan McLean. Charles Frazier does the training. Lofty Shadow on the rail and Red Doucette. Todd and Monica Sutherland on the 2. Monica in the sulky. The 2 is East Coast Invader. Liam McKinnon, Inverness, shares ownership with the trainer Ray McKinnon this afternoon. Campbell McIsaac up to drive. The 3 is Sunshine Lou. Rockham, Sock'em Scott at a post 4, conditioned by Donald Kennedy, owned and driven Gerard Kennedy. QT's Charlie. Owned and trained Johnny Murphy, Jeremy Baker up. The 6 Boys Turn, owned by Henry Paswata and Larry Snow. Larry should be sick of that 6 saddle pad by now this afternoon. He's up with Boys Turn. He goes for 6 in a row. Cruising again is in the backfield. Rodney Gillis for It Must Be Noon somewhere stable. DF for Beaten Trains, and rounding out the field, it's the 8 Yacht Sealster, owned by Cole Mullins, Angus McQuarrie, William Basker, and James Struthers. Zach Mullins is in the sulky. A full complement of 8 here in our feature this afternoon for $2,000. Rockham, Sock'em Scott is the public's choice at $4.60. My call here in the 8th. How can you not go with that 6 Boys Turn? That 8-year-old by Shadow Play, owned by Henry Paswata. And the trainer-driver, Larry Snow. They go for 6 in a row here this afternoon. I would say he would be spending most of this journey on the outside as he's leaving at a post position 6. Rockham Sock'em Scott. He should be charging out also for the lead, but they're not going to get it easily from this Sunshine Lou, and Campbell McIsaac is up here driving this afternoon, going in front of you. So I'm going to go with Boys Turn to win it For second, Sunshine Lou, the 3 entry. And for third, I'm going to go to the 2, East Coast Invader. And if Rock'em Sock'em Scott gets to the front, it could be all over. He went wire to wire here in 56 4/5 just 2 weeks ago. But he left on the rail. Is he going to be able to get to the front? We'll find out in 3 minutes. 6, 3, and 2, my call here in the 8th. We're down to 3 minutes, down 3 to go. Post time here for the 8th. Corrine Dredge, winner of the even split, $1,408. $1,408. Corrine Dredge. We're down to 2 minutes now, 2 to go. We got 7 over here, just waiting for cruising again. As soon as he gets over here, the entries will be going to the gate. Favorite on the board at present time, Rock'em Sock'em Scott at $6. Boys' turn. Goes for 6 in a row. He's at $6.30. $6.30. The longest shot. Cruising again. And Rodney Gillis, he's at $22.50. The B.A. Watson Construction Limited starting gate. It's on the move. Collecting your starters here for the 8th. Entries moving on the stable turn here in the 8th. Non-winners of 1,001. They handicapped the winners over of 1,001. A full field of 8 and Lofty Shadow on the rail for Redmond Doucette. East Coast Invader is 2. And Monica Sutherland. Sunshine Lou and Campbell McIsaac, Rock'em Sock'em Scott and Gerard Kennedy. QT's Charlie and Jeremy Baker. Boys' turn, Larry Snow in the backfield. It's cruising again, and Rodney Gillis, Yacht Sealster, and Zach Mullins. The race feature comes to the top of the lane for the finale. It's the go-home pace on Sunday afternoon here at the Inverness Raceway. They're down off of the gate, no way, and Sunshine Lou heads out up front for the lead. East Coast Invader pops in the 2-hole. Lofty Shadow is third. Up here 4 on the outside. Boys' turn is just going to keep on coming. On towards that opening quarter. Sunshine Lou is up front. East Coast Invader is second. Boys' turn will be out there on the outside for a while here for Larry Snow, but he's as tough as nails. Up front on the lead at Sunshine Lou. East Coast Invader is back to second. Boys' turn is up here third on the outside, 29 2/5. They're past that opening quarter. We're on toward the half mile. Campbell McIsaac has Sunshine Lou. Up front on the lead, East Coast Invader. Boys turn, Lofty Shadow. QT's Charlie. On the outside, a Yacht Sealster cruising again in the backfield. It's Rockham, Sockham, Scott. They're 58 2/5. They're by the half mile. They're up the backside, and the 3/4 up and coming. And Sunshine Lou is up front by 1.5. East Coast Invader right there, head to helmet second. Fading back in third, Boys Turn. Lofty Shadow in at the rail. Sunshine Lou past 3/4, 128 2/5. Here comes East Coast Invader and Monica Sutherland off the top turn through the lanes now. And East Coast Invader on the outside is going to take over the lead and drive on through the lane. East Coast Invader to win it. Sunshine Lou is second. Up here for third, it looked like the 7 cruising again. East Coast Invader and Monica Sutherland, race winning trip 158 and 1. We've an inquiry at the 7/8 turn, a possible pylon violation of the 7 cruising again. He finished third. We remind you to please hold all tickets. Here in the 8th, unofficially it's 2, 3, 7, and 8. East Coast Invader, the winner, Sunshine Lou, is second, cruising again, then Yacht Sealster, and heading back to the Denmark Acres. Winner's circle is the 7-year-old Big Gelding by Roll with Harry. And the better's Delight mare, Manhattan Delight. This horse was bred by Todd Sutherland out of Port Hood. He's owned by Todd Sutherland and the trainer driver Monica Sutherland. 158 and 1/5. 4th win on the season. Win number 22 overall. 158 and 1/5. East Coast Invader and Monica Sutherland here in the 8th. And the 8th official now. We had a placement there in the 8th. Number 7, cruising again, was inside 2 pylons at the 7/8 turn. He also interfered with the 1 Lofty Shadow. Therefore, from the top, it should read Lofty Shadow 5, place 4. East Coast Invader, the winner. Sunshine Lou, second. Rock'em Sock'em Scott is 7. QT's Charlie 8. Boys Turn was 6. Cruising again. Finish 3. Placed 5. Inside 2 pylons and interference. Yacht Sealster was 4. Place 3. 29 and 2, 58 and 2, 128 and 2, 158 and a 1/5. Top of the program after the changes. It should read 4, 1, 2, 7, 8, 6, 5, then 3 on the bottom. 158 and 1/5. A 7-year-old East Coast Invader, 4th win on the season, 22 overall. Monica Sutherland in the sulky, 1150, 480, 230. Sunshine Lou, 550, 230. The show, the 8 Yacht Sealster, 370. Tracked combination, 2, 3, and 8. It came back, $191.10. The double came back, 4 and 2. It paid $78.10, $78.10. The Quinella came back, 2 and 3. It returned $14.50. We're off next week. They're racing at the Charlottetown Driving Park in Prince Edward Island for the Gold Cup in Saucer. We're going to come back racing on the 21st of August. 7 o'clock is post time for that Wednesday. Until then, take your time and have a safe and pleasant drive home. Good afternoon.